Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you how to identify a support and a resistance. Alright, here we go. Before we continue, I would like to tell you what support and resistance is. A support is a low level, okay, where the price create a swing low before moving up, and the resistance is a high level where the market create a swing high. So for you to trade a forex, or as a trader, you need to know how to spot a support and a resistance, because it is part of the technical analysis. Alright, so I would like to show you how to identify a support. Alright, now for instance, if this market is coming from this way, let me use this. This market has been coming all along this way, and at this point then create a swing low before moving up. Then when it gets to this point, it also create a swing high here, then it move down to this place. Okay, this point is known as a support and this point is known as a resistance. Because so if you could spot this place as a support and this place as a resistance, so there is a probability that this market is coming back to this point here. Alright, let's check this out. Okay, this is the point we indicated before, and this is the point I call the resistance. And you must know this, that a support and a resistance level is not a particular point but a particular area. Sometimes the support or the next support can be little lower than the previous support, while the previous resistance can be little higher than the previous resistance or lower than it. But you have to mark or spot out the area of the support and the resistance. So when the market comes back to that area and either level, you should know that something is likely to happen, or the market is likely to change in direction. Alright, so this is the support level. Let me use this indicator. So when you point out this level for the first time, I point out this level as well, that when the market is this point, when the market is this point as a resistance level, then the market move this way all along from this place. From this place, this point here, it's this. Then the market is this support level, so you should know that this are the resistance. And for you to spot out a resistance, you can as well use the line chart. This is your line chart. Okay, you can use this. When you're using a line chart, the line chart will give you the specific of what you are looking for. So let's move back to our candles. Alright, so from this point here, this market move, and this market move to this point and hit this resistance level. Hit this resistance level, so there is every probability that this market is likely to come back to this point. Let's check that out. Alright, the market didn't come back to the level, then the market move from this point back to this resistance level. Alright, so you should know this is your resistance level. Let's check maybe if the market still comes back to the support. And something happened here. When this market break this support, okay, the support hasn't broken. What you're looking for now is a new support and a new resistance, which is this is your new support, and the market move back to this support to create a resistance, which is this is your new resistance here, and in this case the support becomes resistance. Then the market move back to create another support, then before going into an uptrend. So that is what we call support and resistance. When this market move from this place to this point, create a support, create a resistance, create a support, create a resistance, create a support, and eventually it breaks this support. And once it breaks a support and move back to this whole support, so the market is going to create another support at this point here and create another resistance. So definitely this support and resistance is not longer valid. So we are looking for a way to spot out another support and resistance, and this is our new resistance here, this is our new support. Alright, if you draw another line like this, which is every time when the market is this point, there is every probability that the market will change in direction. Alright, this is our new resistance, and what happens next? The market drops the support level at this point here, went back to create another support. So when it create the another support at this point here, when the market create another support at this point here, then eventually goes back to create another resistance here, which means this support becomes a resistance. This support becomes a resistance. Then what next? When the market hits the support level at this point here, and you'll be following this market all along from this point to this place, okay, and if eventually hit this point here, so what you're looking for is you should be a buyer at this point here, because definitely if the market could hit this point, this your support level, the market is likely to change in direction. So let's just check this out. If you be a buyer at this point here, then you follow this market to this point here, you should know that you should exit your trade at this point, because this is the resistance level. Okay, so you have to take your profit at this point here. So you have to be a seller at this point here after taking your profit, and follow back the market to this point of support, but the market still would fast back. So if you have been following this market from this point here, and you have to take your profit and be a seller at this point here, if you sell at this point, your expectation is for you to see this market it's the support level, but what happened? The market goes back to the area of resistance. So let's check out what happened next. So eventually the market still comes back to this support level. Okay, so we buy lower and we sell higher. Alright, so you have to be a seller at this point of resistance and be a buyer at this point of support. At this point the market goes up a little, then break this support. When you break this support, the market is trying to create another support, which is this point here, and another resistance, which is this point here. Okay, and that is this support here is going to change to a resistance. Let me check on volatility 75 to spot out the support and resistance. Alright, if you come into okay, this is volatility 75, the 4 hours time frame. Alright, this is your area of support here. Be following this market all along from this point. Alright, this is your area of support and this is your area of resistance. We also have what is called the potential resistance and the potential support, because like this one here, like this one here, you see, this is dynamic support. This is another dynamic support. This is a dynamic resistance. This is dynamic resistance, and this is where you're gonna be needing your trend line. So if you follow this market all along from this place to this place, okay, you spot out your resistance at this point here, then you follow back. You should be a buyer at this point here, because the market just hit the level of your support. Then to follow back this market to this point here, you should be taking your profit and be a seller at this point here. Alright, your selling entry could be your bearish engulfing bar, it could be hammer, it could be any kind of analysis you want to use for your entry point. But this level, you have to be a seller there, and eventually the market breaks your support in order to create another support at this point here and create another resistance. That is all about support. Let me analyze the current market now using the support and the resistance level. Okay, let's say you'll be following this market all along from any point you are. Okay, and let's say you spot out the resistance level at this point here. Alright, and you spot out your support level here. Okay, I'm just gonna use this. Let me use this for the resistance. Let me use this for the support level, and let me use this for the resistance level. You just don't come into your MT5 and just check whatever you see, then you just place a trade. Okay, so now to this analysis, now this market is moving to this point here. So when it gets to this point, you should start looking for a selling opportunity all the way from this place to this point here. So when you move back to this point, you should start looking for a buying opportunity. So if you could move from this point to this point, okay, definitely there are a set of people buying at this point here, and there are some set of people waiting at this point to sell. So if they could sell from this point to this point, definitely there are also some set of people waiting at this point to also buy. Okay, so they are likely to buy from here to this place, and eventually the market is likely to break this resistance level, then create another resistance and go viral, and is likely to come back to this support level, then break this support level, and it's likely to come back to the support level, create another buying opportunity, or break this support level, create another support, okay, before going back and create another resistance, and like that. Okay, that is just it. And to answer to the question, or answer to the big question, when do you buy and when do you sell? You buy lower at the support level, and you sell higher at the resistance levels. Understood? you sell at this point, you buy at this point. Okay, you can't just come at this point and say you want to be a buyer, you want to be a seller. Okay, because this is clear an uptrend. No one is selling at this point here. You can't just come in and just take a trade here. No any key levels here, no resistance, no support. You don't enter a source trade. You can't just come into your identify, you don't know what's going on, and you take a buying entry or you take a selling entry at this point here. That is very wrong, because no any level, no any key point, no support level, no resistance level at this point here. So you don't take such a trade, or the market is at this point here, then you want to be a buyer, want to be a seller at this point here. No one is in the market except the seller, and they are in a strong downtrend. So you don't know what is going on. You have to wait for them to create a support. So when they create a support, then that is when you start looking for a buying opportunity to buy with the people who are willing to buy from this point here. That is just it. Okay, you can't just come into your MD5, then you don't know what is going on, then you say you want to be a seller, you want to be a buyer at this point here. Okay, this is not a support level or a resistance level either, so you don't do anything here. Okay, you have to wait for them to buy from this point. If you lose this point, you have to wait, okay, and be a seller at this point. And if you lose this point and you lose this point, this is all you have to do. Just have to create a line like this and create another line like this, and create another line like this. So you should know if the market move from here to this point and you're expecting the market to move back to this point, and what happened, the market didn't come back to this point, instead it goes back to this resistance level to create more sellers, okay, before coming back to this point. Understood? So if you meet this point, you just have to spot your resistance and the support level, and when the market comes back and it's this point, you have to be a buyer at this point here, and you have to be a seller at this point here, because when the market move from this point to this point, they went back to the resistance level to create more sellers before going back to this area of support. That is all about support and resistance. Thank you. And the question, when are you buying and when are you selling, is you buy low at the support level and you sell high at the resistance level. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this is your first time of coming to my channel, or first time of watching any of my video, or if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos and for more strategy. Okay, I have a new special strategy for you coming soon. It is for 1 minute time frame. It works for all commodities, both the boom and crash, the volatility 75, the jump index, the volatility index, the currency pairs, the stocks, and everything. It works for all, and it is a 1 minute time frame strategy. It's coming out soonest. Thank you so much. I wish you good luck and